Hey everyone, this is part 2 of Progressive House Start to Finish. In last episode we were doing first drop. In this episode we're gonna get started with the break, but first of all there's some stuff I want to fix in the drop, so let's get into the video. Okay, first of all I want to do the volume balances in the drop properly, so I think it can be better. So let's start by doing the leads. So I think this main lead was too quiet and the support leads were too high, so I just took it up again. Also last episode I forgot to make my sub bass 100% mono, so I'm doing it now. Something here to fill up this space. So I'm gonna have a look. Maybe this one. So I think our volume balances is better now, so I think we can get started with the break. So first I want to start with finding some vocals, so we can probably use these ones.
Are we wasting all our young?
So now let's arrange our whole break.
Are we wasting all our younger years, living up to the rules?
Let's call this vocals.
Whoa. Hey, what's the use? Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? Hey, Dystopia.
So I think this is how we're gonna have our vocals for the first break. So let's do the processing of it really quick. I'm gonna start by doing the effects first. So we're gonna have two types of reverb. So we're gonna have a whole reverb. We're gonna have a plate reverb. We're gonna have a delay. We're gonna have a slap delay. And maybe parallel. And also chorus. So these are all the effects we're gonna have for the vocals. So I'm just gonna separate them all. And then let's make a vocals final bus. So let's rename it vocals final. And we're gonna link the vocals final. We're gonna make sure we link all the vocals into the vocals in the mixer. Like this. And from the vocals final bus, I'm gonna route to the simple effects. So let's get into the effects. Plate reverb, we're gonna use the Valhalla vintage verb. Let's do the Vox plate preset. Give it some more decay. Whole reverb, we're gonna use Valhalla vintage verb as well. A vocal hole. Then for delay, we're gonna use delay eternity. So I have a preset for this. It's just a simple ping pong delay. And for the slap delay, we're gonna use H delay. For parallel, we're gonna use decapitator. I'm gonna put the drive up a bit. And I'm gonna put it to E mode. And here I can change like the volume after. That's why I'm doing it separately, so I can change the volume and have more control over the sound and the effects. And for the chorus, let's use little micro shift. Okay, let's do simple processing first, and then we can tweak the effects. So first, let's start with an EQ.
Are we wasting all our younger years living up to the
I'm just gonna take away the low end, and I'm also gonna find a couple frequencies to which I wanna dip.
Are we wasting all our younger years living up to the rules? Lately
I'm gonna use dynamic EQ and take it down minus 5 dB.
are we wasting?
Also, I think the high end is a bit harsh, so I'm gonna tame it.
Are we wasting? Are we wasting all our younger years living?
So after this, I'm gonna open up a CLA compressor. So I'm aiming for between -3 and -7 on the peak reduction.
Are we wasting all our younger years living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking different, dear. Then you say, what's the use? Ooh, oh, what?
Then let's open a de-esser. I like to use the Fab Filter one. Use the preset male split band.
Are we wasting all our younger years living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking.
And then let's open up a RVox. Here I just like to put it down to -10.
Are we wasting all our younger years living up?
Okay, so let's start routing them to the effects.
Are we wait? Are we wait?
So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna tweak this knob here, and it decides how much of the effect I wanna have. So let's tweak it.
Are we wasting all our younger years living up to the rules? Lately, are we wasting all our younger years living up to the rules?
And then we're gonna do delay. So I'm gonna route it to delay. And I also want to sidechain the delay, so I'm gonna open up a fruity limiter. I'm gonna link it to the vocals final. I'm gonna put the threshold down.
Are we wasting all our younger years living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking different.
This way we have more control over the delay, so it's not clashing with the vocals when it's playing. And also one more thing we can do, we can EQ the delay so it's not gonna overwhelm the vocals.
Are we wasting all our younger years living up to the rules? Lately
Okay, I like this. So now let's go on to the slap delay.
Are we wasting all our younger years living up to the rules? Lately
That's good. Now let's do the parallel.
are we
So we want to make sure we put down the volume because this is way too much.
Are we wasting all our younger years living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking that.
Okay, I think this is good, so let's do the chorus.
Are we wasting all our younger years living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking different, dear. Then you say, what's the use? Empty word with empty words. You got my heart running with it. My blood fire and flames within.
Okay, I think our vocal sounds pretty clean now, so let's go on with the instrumental. So first I like to start with the piano. And for my piano, I'm gonna use Contact. I use this plugin for most of my real instruments. So let's copy over the chords from the idea. Let's call this piano. So I'm gonna copy it one octave up. Then I'm gonna make thirds and fifths. And I like to put the third note one octave up to give it more emotions. Let's route it to the mixer. I'm gonna give it a low cut. I'm also gonna take away a bit of the highs to make it more warm. So let's make it 8 bars long.
I've been thinking different, dear. Then you say.
Okay, now I think it's time to make the break reverb. So for the break reverb, let's use Valhalla Vintage Verb. And let's find the preset for it. So let's go to maybe this one. Put the low cut up. So let's try to route it now, the piano, to the reverb.
I've been
I think that's good. So I want the piano to be more louder here, so I can just choose the mixer volume instead. So I'm just gonna copy it over. Now let's listen how it sounds with the vocals.
Are we wasting all our younger years, living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking different, dear. Then you say, what's the use? Whoa.
It sounds beautiful, so let's go on and make the timestamps. Now let's get onto the guitar. And for the guitar, I'm also going to use Contact. Let's copy the chords from the piano to the guitar. It's too low octaves, let's take it up. Okay, so I like this. Let's give it to the mixer channel. How I'm gonna process this now is low cut. I'm gonna link it to the reverb. Now I'm gonna add a fruity stereo enhancer to make it more wide. And let's add a soothe. For this, I'm gonna do this preset acoustic guitar warmer. Now let's check the volume balances.
Are we wasting all our younger years, living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking different, dear. Then you say, what's the use?
Yes, I'm gonna render this guitar because it always bugs when I'm using Contact. Just gonna render like this. And I need to make sure that I route it to the same mixer channel, 42.
Are we wasting all our younger years, living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking different, dear. Then you say, what's the use? Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world?
So next Next up, I want to add some strings. But I don't want the strings to be playing from the start, so I'm going to add it from the second part. And for strings, I'm also using Contact. Let's call it strings. So I want to write my chords again, because I want it to evolve, so I'm going to start by having it kind of dark, and then it's going brighter. So I'm doing the normal thirds and here I'm doing the same, but I'm going to be adding the thirds 1 octave up. But this time I'm tweaking the velocity, so it's kind of going slow in. Then let's make it a 16-bar loop. Here we want the thirds to be playing for full. Let's route it to the mixer channel. For strings, I'm gonna do low cut as well. And I'm gonna make it more wide with stereo enhancer. So let's route it to the reverb.
Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with empty words. Dystopia, you got my heart running with the times we're living in. Dystopia, my blood keeps rushing with the fire and flames within.
Okay, now let's add a respace. This one should just be playing our root note. No, our chords, I mean, sorry. Our bass notes. Our reed should be playing our bass notes. So for the reeds, I'm gonna open up a silent. I'm gonna link it to the mixer channel. For the reeds, I'm gonna put on an EQ. I'm gonna take away the high end. And that's it for the reeds.
What's the use? Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with them.
Next up, let's add an impact.
Are we wasting all our younger? Are we?
This is to make smoother transitions.
Are we wasting all our younger to the rules. Lately I've been thinking different, dear. Then you say, what's the use? Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with empty words. Dystopia.
So I think in the second part here we can add some drums, so let's find some snaps. I like to use the Cashmere pack for this.
What should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with empty words.
So I like this one. Let's route it to the mixer.
Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world?
Now let's give it the same reverb as the other stuff.
Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with empty words. Dystopia. You got my heart running with the times we're living in. Dystopia.
Maybe the cinematic drums here.
Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? And I know whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world?
So for cinematic drums, we're gonna open up a magnetic.
Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with empty words. Dystopia.
Let's find some shaker loop, and I think we have the fundamentals and we have the essentials for our break.
Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? Dystopia. You got my heart running with it. My blood keeps rushing with the fire. My blood keeps rushing with the fire. Whoa, dear. Then you say, what's the use? Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world?
Okay, I think we can add a reverse Reese. So we're getting like sucked into the second part of the break. So let's make this unique.
And you say what's the use?
So to do this, I'm gonna open up Fruity Balance, and I'm just gonna automate the volume to go up.
Then you say what's the use? Then you say what's the Then you say what's the use? Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with empty words. Dystopia, you got my heart running with the times we're living in. Dystopia, my blood keeps.
Okay, next up, I think we can work on the build-up. So let's add some snares. Okay, I think this is the snare pattern we're gonna use. Let's route it to the mixer and we're gonna pitch it up, so let's do it now. We need to make sure the mode is on stretch. We put the pitch range up to 12. We're gonna mark the whole build up. And then we're gonna right click, create automation clip. And it wants to be 100% here, and I wanna put this down a bit. Let's add these fills from the drop, right before the drop. Okay, I think that's good for now, so let's copy it over and we're gonna work on the second break. So we want the piano, we want the guitar, we want the strings, but we want to start it like this. And let's copy over the impacts. Let's copy over the Reese.
Whoa, what should we?
Let's copy over the cinematic drums as well. Or maybe the drums can start in the second part. And let's copy over the shakers. And now let's find the vocals we're gonna use for the second part. So let's do one change up.
Oh.
We can make the second break a bit longer.
Say what's the use? Oh, say what's the use? Oh, the people wearing their disguise, they hide behind the doors. Oh, they beg, they borrow, they steal.
I like this. So let's make this part here. Let's make this the emotions.
Oh, what should we do with it? Whoa, what should we do with this dystopia? Dystopia.
And here should be our build up.
Dystopia. Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? The use. Oh, the people wearing their. Oh, what should we do with this hopeless world?
So the second drop is gonna be here.
Should we do it? Are we wasting all our younger years living up to?
So in the second break, I wanna have a break kick going on. So let's find a kick for it.
Are we wasting all our younger years living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking different, dear. Then you say what's the use? Oh, the people wearing their.
Let's route it to the mixer channel. And to make the transition better, I'm gonna add a filter and take away the lows as we get into the emotions part. So we're gonna speed it up here.
Whoa, what should we do with this hope?
So let's automate the filter, the lows. First I'm gonna mark this area. Let's call it kick filter.
Whoa, what should we do? Whoa, what should we do with?
So in the emotional part, I want to remove the snaps because I want to slow it down.
Oh, what should we do with this hopeless world?
One more thing we need to do is we need to sidechain the break kick to the Reese. So on the Reese, I'm going to add the Fab Filter C2. And I'm going to be changing the values here. I think this is it. So what we're going to do, we're going to root the break kick. We're going to right click on the Reese, sidechain to this track. Then we're going to go into here, processing. We're going to choose break kick. Now what's going to happen is that every time the kick is playing, the Reese is going to duck in volume. As you can hear here. The Reese is ducking every time the kick is playing, so it's not clashing with each other.
Are we wasting all our younger years, living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking different, dear. Then you say, what's the use? Oh, the people wearing their disguise, the old.
Maybe in this part here we can add some toms from Kashmir to give it more groove. Let's make it to our key.
Oh, the people wearing their disguise, they hide behind the doors. Oh, the people, oh, the
I don't like the sample.
Oh, the people wearing their disguise, they hide behind the doors. Oh, the people wearing their disguise. Oh, the people wearing their disguise. Oh, the people wearing their disguise, they hide behind the doors. Oh, the people wearing their disguise. What you? What? Oh, the people. Oh. People wearing their disguise. Oh, they beg, they borrow, they steal. Whoa, what should we do?
And in this part here, I want to have some probably violins or something playing like an emotional melody. So let's add an emotional violin. I want to make this 16 bars long because I want to have it in the second build-up as well. So let's add it. I use Contact for this as well. And the best way I do make emotional notes like this is that if I listen to it and I imagine in my head like what notes are gonna be emotional. So let's do it.
What should we? What should we do with this?
Let's make it louder.
Oh, what should we do? Oh, what should we do? Oh, what should we do with this hope? Oh, what should we do with? Oh, what should we do with this hopeless world? Oh, what should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with empty words. Oh, what should we do with?
And here starts to build up, so let's maybe make like make a staircase up here.
Dystopia. You got my heart running with the times we're living in. Dystopia. You got my heart running with the times we're living in. Dystopia. My blood keeps rushing with. This blood keeps rushing with the fire. Keeps rushing with the fire and flames within. Keeps rushing with the fire and flames within.
And here the drop is gonna hit, so let's try this. I'm gonna route it to the mixer. And let's do a low cut on it. And I'm gonna add some reverb to it.
Oh, what should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with empty words. Dystopia. You got.
Okay, let's copy our stuff from the first break and the build up. So let's add the snares. In the second build up, I want the snares to start later. Like this, we're still missing some risers and that kind of stuff. So let's find some risers right now.
My blood keeps rushing with the fire and flames within. Dystopia. You got my. Dystopia. You got my heart. Dystopia. Dystopia. You got my heart running with the times we're living in. Dystopia. My blood keeps rushing with the fire and flames within.
Let's add maybe one more riser.
Dystopia. You got my heart running with the times we're living. Keeps rushing with the fire and flames within. Dystopia. You got my heart running.
Let's link it to the mixer.
Dystopia. You got my heart running with the times we're living in. Dystopia. My blood keeps rushing with the fire.
Now let's copy over the drop as well. And add the fill towards the end of the drop as well.
Are we waiting for them? Dystopia, dystopia. My blood keeps rushing with the fire and flames within. Oh, what should we do?
Maybe we can use the guitars in the motion part as well. Let's see.
Ooh, oh, what should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with empty words. Dystopia, you got my heart running with the times we're living in. Dystopia, my blood keeps rushing with the fire and flames within. Oh, the people wearing their are we?
Let's see what happens if we add drums here.
Are we wasting all our younger years living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking the use. Oh, the people wearing their disguise, they hide behind the doors. Oh, they beg, they borrow, they steal.
I still don't like this sample, so let's browse for some new ones.
Oh, the people wearing their disguise, they hide behind the doors. Oh, they beg, they borrow, they steal. Ooh, oh, what should we do with this hope? Ooh, oh, what should? Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, what should? Oh, the people wearing their disguise, they hide behind the doors. Oh, they beg, they borrow, they steal. Ooh, oh, what should we do with this hopeless world? Borrow, they steal. Ooh, oh, borrow, they. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh. Ooh, oh, what should we do with? Ooh, oh, what should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with empty words. Utopia.
For the second build-up, we can add emotional piano, playing the same notes as the strings are playing. So let's copy over these. You can use true pianos.
Dystopia. You
So this one needs a lot of reverb, so let's add an OTT first. Now let's find a really long decay reverb. Now let's EQ it, take away the lows.
You got my heart running with the times we're living in. Dystopia. My blood keeps rushing with the fire and flames within.
And for the second drop, let's start the drums earlier, so we get the power from the start on.
Then you say, what's the use? Whoa, what should we do with this hope? Dystopia. You got my heart running with the times we're living in. Dystopia. What should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with empty words. Dystopia. You got my heart. We'll never fix it with empty words.
One more thing we can do for the breaks is we can add a reverse piano. So how to do this? We're gonna render out this piano here. Then I want to link this to the same mixer channel. I'm gonna reverse it. And then we have to chop it up. So the thing about this is that this is gonna be our first note. So it's totally reversed. So we need to move it like this to get the correct notes.
Are we wasting all our...
This is reverse piano.
Are we wasting all our younger years, living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking different, dear. Then you say, what's the use? Wounds with passion, with the fire and flames within. Passion with the fire and flames within. My blood keeps rushing with the fire and flames within. People wearing their disguise, they hide behind. Are we wasting all our younger years, living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking, oh, what should we do with this hopeless world? Utopia. You got my heart running with the times we're flames within. Wasting all our...
Okay, so let's fast do the volume balances of all the elements.
Are we wasting all our younger years, living up to the rules? Lately are we wasting all our younger years, living up to the rules? Lately are we wasting all our younger years, living up to the rules? Are we wasting all our younger years, living up to the rules? Are we wasting all our younger years, living up? Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? Are we wasting all our younger years, living up to? Are we wasting all our younger years, living up? Are we wasting all our younger years? Hey, what's the use? Oh, the people wearing their disguise, they hide behind the doors. Oh, they beg, they borrow, they steal. Oh, what should we do with the use? Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? The use. Whoa, what should we do with this dystopia? Dystopia. You got my heart running with the times we're living. Fire and flames within. Whoa, what should we do with this dystopia? What should we do with this hopeless world? Dystopia.
Okay, I think that's it for this song. There could be added more stuff, but I think this is generally like all the elements that we need. I think it sounds good, so let's try to master the track. So how I master my track, I'm putting on Endless Smile and I put on a fruity balance. This is for automations in the build-up. And then let's do the EQ first. So I take away the minus 30 Hz because it's unhearable anyway. And then I'm using a fruity parametric EQ2. And this I'm going to the loudest part of the track, so it's the second drop. And then I'm gonna be taking the volume down to minus 6 dB to get headroom. As you can see, it's minus 6 dB now, so we're gonna open up an invisible limiter. We're gonna put this to minus 6 dB. Now let's open up a glue compressor. So I'm gonna use the preset mastering glue. Then next up, I'm gonna add a saturator. Then I'm gonna add the imager. So for this, I'm gonna be making the low end 100% mono, and I'm just gonna solo each individual spectrum, and I'm gonna be controlling the image to be as close to 0 as possible. Then after I did all this, I'm gonna be adding a fab filter L2. And this is just for boosting the last volume. So I'm gonna use this preset called EDM aggressive and tight. I like to master around -5 LUFS, and as long as it's not distorting and it's stable, it's good. So now let's make the automations. So I'm gonna be automating the build-ups. And then I'm also gonna be taking a filter to take away the low end before the drop in the master. And then last thing is this button here to make it more mono towards the drop. So these 4 automations is my master automations, so let's make them. I like to take the endless smile up to around like 40%. This is to hit, like, wash away everything before the build up, before the drop hits, so it's getting washed away and the drop impact is much higher. And then for the volume, I'm just gonna take it down a little bit, but towards the drop. And for this, it's taking away the low end, so I'm just gonna do around 30%. So this way, closer we get to the drop, the more low end is gonna get taken away. And this way, when all comes back, it's gonna impact really hard. That was it for the series. I'm gonna be leaving the FLP link with free download in the description. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let's listen through what we have.
Are we wasting all our younger years, living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking different, dear. Then you say, what's the use? Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with empty words. Dystopia, you got my heart running with the times we're living in. Dystopia, my blood keeps rushing with the power of things within. thinking different, dear, then you say what's the use? Oh, the people wearing their disguise, they hide behind the doors. Oh, they beg, they borrow,